What you think of? So you just celebrated Juneteenth? Oh, praise, man. So I got a question.
Hey,
are we free as a people?
We out here to teach the 12 tribes of Israel the true gospel.
I understand we have to celebrate something
Native Americans
to
are
try to give us some type of hope.
Hey,
but
you already know what to do.
Juneteenth is still not a freedom day.
Subscribe right now.
Right. So we're trying to show people how to get actual freedom out of the scriptures to show that Christ is dealing with the so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native American, and he's going to save those people.
This is talking about you.
Right.
That's how you know that the church is invalid.
That's right.
Because it's not, the churches that set up in our communities is not set up in our communities to better the community.
Right.
It's to keep us in captivity. We are still in captivity.
Wake them up.
We in the land of our captors. That's why it ain't nothing, no matter what we do, no matter how hard we march, we get businesses, we do all these things, and does it change the condition of our communities?
Bring it out.
No. Because we able to identify, we studied, we read, and we able to identify, wait a minute. So the reason that Gary looks like it is because we in the midst of sin.
That's right.
Our people are killing each other, we stealing, we robbing, we doing all these things that go against the commandments. So God in turn is punishing us. Now go back to 28 and 15, then we're gonna go through a couple of verses, then we gotta close out. Read.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 15.
Bring it out.
But it shall come to pass.
So this is God telling Moses to speak to the children of Israel. He's saying this shall come to pass, meaning something's gonna happen to y'all in the future. Read.
If thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes.
So now it's just a condition that's given. If they decide to break his commandments, if they decide to not keep what he told us to do, read.
Which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So he said all these curses are going to come upon the children of Israel and overtake them. Is a curse a good thing or is it a bad thing?
Sometimes it can be good. When you go through what you do, let's give people enough chance to get themselves together. Once they experience some hard things through their sin, is what makes you want to confess and get back to God.
So I get what you're saying, but what is a curse? Is a curse a good thing or a bad thing?
Curse is kind of, it was considered to be bad. To
it's a bad thing. A curse is a bad thing. So it's saying, God says, when you break the commandments, these curses, and it kind of we was bringing out earlier when we talked about adultery. What did the Bible say about adulterers and adulteresses? Y'all remember? That God said God will judge. And we was talking about that judgment comes in the form of sexual diseases, sexually transmitted diseases, single parent households.
Right.
Those are judgments for breaking the law of marriage. Adultery. Child support, those are all results of breaking the commandments. So that's what we're reading right now. He said when you break the commandments, all these curses are going to happen to you. So let's see what comes up. We're going to highlight some of these curses and we're going to identify who go through this. Read.
Cursed shall thou be in the city, and cursed shall thou be in the field.
When you look at this, let's look at Gary. Is Gary a blessed city?
Don't look like it.
It's not. It said, cursed shalt thou be in the city. Is Maryville like that? Do Maryville look like Gary?
Opposite.
Exact opposite. Sherrville.
Opposite.
What's the other one? Dyer.
Opposite.
Munster.
They all are.
But you come to Gary, who's predominantly in Gary?
Come on!
We are.
Right.
And because just imagine that, you think that if you go into a white community, you think that they're gonna let a house get boarded up and stay boarded up and then decompose and fall to the ground like this building over here. We're looking at these buildings. You think that they'll let that happen in their community?
Bring it out!
Not at all. So we are the ones that's cursed in the city. Which lets us know this Bible is talking about us.
Right.
Because you can go to Detroit, go right next door, go to Chicago. Same thing.
Right.
Read on, and then it says, cursed shalt thou be in the field. Who was picking cotton?
Bring it out. Right.
Tobacco. sugar cane. Who was that happening to?
Right.
And then it was happening. Was we getting any? Was we getting any? Was we getting compensation? Was we getting compensated for that? All the work that we did to build America, have we been compensated for that?
Bring it out.
Not at all.
That's us being cursed in the city and cursed in the field.
That's right.
32.
Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
What people on the face of this earth, sons and daughters, was given to another people? Our people, and also the natives.
That's right.
Because what happened over here? They put them in what? Boarding schools.
Right.
They came over here and took over a land and said they discovered America when we was already here.
Right.
And they took their sons, just like we went into slavery, they did the same thing to them.
Right.
So, read it again.
Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long, and there shall be no might in thine hand.
So when you listen to that, who did that happen to? What people did that happen to? It happened to us. Our sons and daughters, when we see all seen the slave movies, I'm pretty sure, when they get a depiction, our sons and daughters were stripped from our hands, sold to the master in Virginia, sold to the master in Maryland. And what could we do? They had a scene in 12 Years a Slave where a woman's son was taken from her and sold, and what was she doing? For days.
Bring it out.
Crying.
Right.
Because why? Because there was nothing that she could do to get her son back.
Right.
She cried and cried and cried until the point where her brother was like, hey, get it together, snap out of it. Because she cried and cried, and it says there should be no might in thy hands. We don't have the economic might to get our children back.
Right.
We didn't have a military might.
Right.
It was nothing that we could do. We was powerless.
Bring it out.
That only happened to us.
Right.
That's how we know that this Bible is our book.
Right.
Because it details exactly what happened to us through history.
That's right.
This only happened to us.
Right.
And they making movies and showing it to us.
Bring it
But
out.
you know what the disconnect is at? The church ain't teaching us this.
That's right.
Because when I was in the church, you know what they told me to do? Read Deuteronomy 28. Read the book of Deuteronomy. It outlines curses. What you do is confess the opposite.
Right.
How that's gonna fix the community? How
Right.
they telling me if I'm reading this book and I think it's about somebody else? How is me confessing that? How is me confessing these things, the opposite of these curses? How is that gonna fix my situation?
Bring it out.
Huh? It's impossible. It's not gonna happen. But they didn't give me the context to say that this is talking about you.
Right.
That's how you know that the church is invalid.
That's right.
Bring it out.
Because it's not the churches that's set up in our communities is not set up in our communities to better the community.
Right.
It's to keep us in captivity.
That's
We are still in captivity.
Right. Come up.
We in the land of our captors. That's why they no matter what we do, no matter how hard we march, we get businesses, we do all these things, and does it change the condition of our communities?
Bring it out.
No. Read that in give me 20 now. Stand in Deuteronomy. Give me 29.
And thou shalt grope at noonday, as the blind gropeth in darkness, and thou shalt not prosper in thy ways.
So it said we're gonna grope at noonday. What does that mean? Think about, because we say you shall grope at noonday. When a person is blind and they got that stick, what are they doing?
Feeling their way through.
They feeling their way through. Let's say they go to this store, they trying to get home. They tapping the ground because they trying to find their way home. This is a curse. It's talking about us. It says, thou shalt grope at noonday. Read.
As the blind gropeth in darkness.
As the blind gropeth in darkness. So it said we grope at noonday. What time of the church service? Typically. Huh? I mean, you got early morning service, but most of them, every church got a 12 o'clock service. So when it says we grope at noon, we groping, we searching. All of us at some point, we always searching like, man, why are these things happening to us? how do I change the condition? We go into this religion. We go into the Nation of Islam. We go into the Christian church. We go into Mormonism. We are the only people that serve all these different religions that the saviors don't look like us.
Right.
The God don't look like us.
Wake him up.
Because as y'all see on this image, that white image of Jesus Christ is not Jesus Christ.
That's right.
But we the only people on the earth that serve a religion of people that don't look like us.
Right. Get out.
Make that make sense. And then you can't even find it in the Bible. You can't even find that description in the Bible. So let me finish this. Read that.
And thou shalt not prosper in thy ways, and thou shalt be only oppressed and spoiled evermore.
We only oppressed and spoiled evermore. No matter how hard we try to get ahead, it seems like we take 10 steps back. And I'm talking about as a people. You might have one person that rise up and get successful, but as a people, we take 10 steps forward and it feel like we take 50 back. No matter what we do as a people, if we're not keeping the commandments, we're going to go backwards. 48, and then we're going to get Matthew 26.
Verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies.
That's what we doing right now. We go through the things we go through because we serving our enemies, and our enemies they don't give a damn about us.
Right.
They can come in the community, set up a trailer and give away food. They can do all of that, but they don't care.
That's right.
They deceitful, they liars.
Right.
They do those things to get our heart. And then once they get our heart, they're gonna do whatever. Just like all the peace treaties they made with the natives.
Right.
And they didn't keep not one of them.
Right.
We dealing with the same people. Ain't nothing changed.
Right.
Read.
Which the Lord shall send against thee.
So this is what we gotta understand. We go through the conditions that we are in because God sent them to punish us. The scriptures talk about the nations is his sword. He used them to get us in order.
Right.
That's why we going, and it goes to what you saying. When you said earlier, you go through a curse and you actually catch it like, wait a minute, I'm going through these bad things because I ain't doing right. And you start doing better, you learn the lesson. You learned that I'm going through these curses because I ain't right. And now you start correcting it and things may start getting better. They may not, but you still got to start doing better. Read.
In hunger and in thirst and in nakedness.
So think about that. In hunger. Do we own White Castle? Do we own Dollar General?
Bring it out.
Do we own the textile companies that make the clothing? We got to go to our enemies. Just like in slavery, they fed us. We got to go to our enemy to get food, water, and clothing.
That's right.
Read.
And in want of all things.
You want to get married, you got to go to your enemy.
Bring it out.
You have children, you got to go get a social security card. You got to register the birth. We got to go to our enemy for everything. Education, medication. All of that we got to go to. We subject to our enemy. And is the medication actually healing us?
Bring it out.
It suppresses the symptoms and it keeps you relying on what? Them.
Right.
And then it mess up more stuff.
Right.
When you get to your 60, you got a pill for every day of the week.
Teach.
That's not how we supposed to be. The scriptures talk about that God made medicines out of the earth.
Right.
So the purpose of medicine is supposed to heal us.
Right.
But the medicine we take today ain't healing us. That's a whole other topic. Read on.
And in one of all things, and he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee.
And because for time's sake, I normally would ask, it said he gonna put a yoke of iron on thy neck until he have destroyed thee. We don't have yokes of iron on our neck today because we destroyed.
Right.
We no longer know that this Bible is our book.
Right.
We no longer know that we are the children of Israel.
Right.
We no longer know that we are the gods on this earth. That we're supposed to be rulers.
That's
that
right.
we're supposed to be on the top. We
Right.
don't know these things because we have been destroyed by our enemies that God sent against us to destroy us. Meaning he stripped us of our nationality. He stripped us of our heritage. He stripped us of our culture. That's why we don't know that's why we don't know this Bible. That's why we don't know that this Bible is our history book.
That's right.
Because the pastor ain't telling us that. The pastor just telling us a good message to make us feel good and to make his pockets fat.
Right.
That's what we have to understand. This Bible is our history book, and it's going to tell us why we go through what we go through. And it's going to give us the solutions on how we get out of the conditions that we are in.
Right.
This Bible is the solutions.
Right.
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation